Alright guys, your microwave's most underrated button, guys. Now here's the question though here, fam. I I grew up in a household where we only use the microwave to heat stuff up. Never to defrost, nothing, guys. Like all those buttons for pizza, popcorn, all that good stuff. I mean, there is a popcorn button that we just used recently, but guys, there's so many buttons on there. I just press the button that there's one button that you press and then like it just turns it on with a 30-second timer, and I don't even press the numbers. I just press the 30-second timer a bunch of times, like 6 times if I want it to be like 3 minutes. That's all I do. So what's the most underrated button of a microwave? Legit. Let's check it out.
Microwaves get a bad rap. Some folks think they're unsafe, others associate them with convenience foods and laziness, and finally, there are some folks who just think they're unnecessary. My team and I are here to tell you, microwaves are great.
I personally would always pick the oven over the microwave, but then again, there's things such as the potato right here that just take too long to cook through the oven. But if it's like a lasagna, a pizza, there really aren't that many microwave pizzas, if any. I'm totally throwing it in the oven, guys. Like, ovens adds a crispiness and makes it better, guys, in my opinion.
Now, you can't believe the infomercials because it can't do everything, but it can do a whole lot more than reheating or defrosting. When I develop recipes, there are so many times where I call for a microwave because it's so good at heating small amounts of food. Who wants to dig out a pot to bring a quarter cup of water to a boil or turn on the oven to toast a tablespoon of nuts? There are right ways and wrong ways to use a microwave, and in order to make the most of this appliance, we really need to understand how they work. Be sure to hit that like button and let's dive in.
Alright, guys. How they work.
Microwave ovens
How they
contain a
work.
device called a magnetron.
Dang, bro, we actually watched. I think there's one reason why this isn't in my recommended. We watched like a microwave and reacted to another microwave related video, so we kind of actually understand how they work. But I'll let it play.
And that magnetron, it generates microwaves. Those are the things that are heating up your food. Microwaves are a part of the electromagnetic spectrum. And when you think about that spectrum, you should know it has two sides. There's a safe side and then there's like the scary side. On that safe side, you're gonna find things like visible light, radio waves, and microwaves. They're squarely on the safe side. Manufacturers have designed these to keep the microwaves on the inside. Why would you want them on the inside if they're safe? You want those microwaves heating up the food that's inside the cavity, not whatever's out here. Now, microwaves can pass through glass, and so in order to
I never eat broccoli that much, so no. And what's she even doing with the broccoli? Why is it 5 minutes?
allow you to see what's going on in the oven, they will put a mesh on that door. That mesh has holes that are small enough that the microwaves just can't pass through. Obviously, you can't see microwaves, but you can hear when a magnetron is generating them. Magnetrons don't generate microwaves of various power levels. Instead,
Alright, she steamed them.
they're just on or off. So when you go to adjust the power level of your microwave, what you're doing is telling it how long to be on and how long to be off. Microwaves only act on the surface of the food. They're heating maybe the top quarter, half inch of the food. When you run a microwave at full power, you're bombarding the surface of your food with heat.
That's why microwaves generally piss me off, guys. It never heats your food properly, guys. You can't throw a pizza in there unless it's like one of those like leftover slices of pizza. You can't throw a frozen pizza in there, guys. Unless if it's a hot pocket.
By reducing the power level, you're giving it a little break. During that break, heat in the surface, it'll have time to move towards the center. The result is more evenly heated food. I'm going to demonstrate how useful that power button is with this stick of butter. My goal is just to soften it, not to melt it.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
going to microwave this for 45 seconds at 50% power.
See, when we get into like the why, bro, why? So much, so it's just so confusing when we gotta like factor in percentages like this, guys. Yeah, legit.
And if you're listening carefully, you'll hear that magnetron flip off right around 30 seconds, and it'll come back on right around 11 seconds.
That sounds like the air vent we got near our oven.
And there it came back on. Got that? This looks great. This is nice and uniformly softened. If I had microwaved this at full power, I would get
Yeah, it's quite softened. It's almost spongy at that point. So close to being a liquid now.
hot
Again.
spots where the butter is fully melted and cool spots where it's pretty solid. Reducing the power level is one way to help food heat more evenly. Another way is to just move that food around. Annie Petito's Best Baked Sweet Potatoes use this method really effectively. It would normally take about 3 hours to get the level of sweetness that she achieves in an hour and a half, and it all starts.
It'd be cool if we, for comparison, saw what it was like 45 seconds or 30 seconds with like 100% full power, guys. Or like 22.5. Excuse me. I see the like consistency comparisons. Sweet potatoes, guys. I didn't know you can make our basic sweet potatoes good, guys.
In the microwave. She puts her sweet potatoes in there and they microwave for 6 to 9 minutes. Every 3 minutes they get flipped, and that helps them heat up to 200 degrees really evenly. They'll spend an hour in a 425-degree oven before they come out. We slit them open, give them a quick squeeze, and garnish. If your microwaves are only penetrating
I used to not be a fan of like microwaving your food and then putting in the oven, but it does save time.
a quarter of an inch and your food is only a quarter of an inch thick, there's no center that's not being heated. Take beets, for example. These dense vegetables can take a while to cook, but when you microwave them after cutting them into quarter-inch pieces, they cook through quickly and evenly. So we've established that microwaves are acting on the surface of the food. But what's happening at a molecular level? Unlike your oven, which heats whatever you put inside, microwaves, they only heat certain components of food. Specifically, we're talking about the water and to a lesser extent, oils, sugars, and fats. Microwaves will cause those molecules to vibrate, and that vibration, it translates.
Dang, bro. They kind of got debated the same way the other video did, guys. They include like half of the video just how the microwave works. That's fine. That's fine, but yeah, let's just see how the differences in how they presented how it works.
It's to heat.
Because last time we couldn't really understand it that well, but seeing it from a different like lens here, I kind of understand it a little bit more.
Molecules that don't vibrate, they can't be heated. Why does this matter? Well, when you take water and you freeze it, in order to get solid blocks of ice, those water molecules, they get locked into place. And once they are locked into place, microwaves can't interact with them. Microwaves don't do anything to ice. Let's do an experiment. I've got an ice block here. I've put a hole in the top, and I'll put this whole thing in the microwave. After that, I'll use this pipette.
Yeah, she had to buy like special. Like, how much do you think one of these ice boxes cost, guys?
To fill that hole with this blue water. Then we'll turn this microwave on and let it run for about 2 minutes. What we want to see is how the microwaves interact with ice and water. Yikes. What happened here? Besides me spilling some of the water onto the plate, you can see that the ice block, it's still pretty much the same. It hasn't changed. What has changed is
I just had breakfast. Sorry.
water in our little hole, it got hotter and it melted the ice around it. This is what happens when you try to microwave frozen food at full power. What little bit of water is there, it'll heat up and it'll melt the surrounding ice. But everything else where there is no water, nothing happens.
We have not been able to design a better microwave than something that just cooks it unevenly, guys. I wonder how long it'll take. The question isn't even like If it is possible, it's just when it is possible, guys.
Now, you've probably experienced this if you've tried to reheat frozen soup or stock. Some parts boiling hot, other parts ice cold. How do we do this properly? I have some frozen creamy white bean soup here. It's one of my favorite Cook's Illustrated soups, and I'm gonna microwave it at 50% power for 8 minutes.
All right, 50%.
Nice and creamy, hot all the way through. I did it. I reheated frozen soup. Microwaves are for more than just defrost.
Guys, even at 100% power, you put it in long enough, it's gonna be hot. Like, you know what I mean? It's blasting quite hot rays in that thing, guys. Like, no one wants to be in a microwave one.
And reheating. In fact, I can use this microwave to take this soup to the next level. Let's talk garnishes.
Garnish. I don't even know what a garnish is.
One thing that distinguishes restaurant dishes from so much home cooking is the garnishes. They can add pops of color, flavor, texture to the simplest of dishes. When I was a restaurant cook, I would make garnishes by the bucketful. And
It looks like chocolate chips. I don't know what it is, though.
some of my favorites, they were fried. Fried shallot, fried ginger, fried garlic, fried leeks. They were delicious. Now, when I want them at home, I use my microwave. I can make a reasonable amount, and when I'm done, I don't have a gallon of oil that I have to deal with. To garnish this soup, I'm gonna make microwave fried capers. I've got 1/3 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil here, and to that, I'm adding some capers. This is 1/4 cup of capers that have been rinsed and patted dry.
All
Just gonna
right.
give this a quick shake to make sure they're
Capers, guys. Guys, what do garnishes even taste like? Let me know in the comments below.
submerged. They'll go right in. And I'm gonna microwave for 5 minutes. I'll stop halfway through to give them a stir. When you're microwaving a liquid, you don't need to reduce the power because heat transfers through liquids much more efficiently than it does through solids. Whatever it is you're microwave frying, it's really important to use a big bowl. When you're frying, you're turning the water that's in the food into steam, and that can create a lot of bubbling and boiling, and you don't want that bubbling and boiling to overflow your bowl. So I'm looking for these to darken in color and for them to shrink slightly. Awesome. These are going to come out of the oil. One other thing to keep in mind, whether you're frying on the stove or with your microwave, don't put wet utensils in. You'll cause more of that.
Totally reminds me of something else. With the straining, the oil. I'm not gonna mention it, but
Boiling over action, and it could get dangerous. These capers are looking really crispy. I'll let them finish draining and cool slightly, get this soup into a bowl, and have a taste. I have my fried capers here, and I also have some of that oil. When you fry garnishes, a lot of their flavors will infuse into that oil, and it's great for finishing a dish. So I'm gonna get
I'm a processed foods kind of dude. Garnishes, man. Wait, food preparation. I'm not the one that does that much.
give this a quick drizzle and a nice little sprinkle. This is so good. The white beans are creamy and smooth and just subtly
I can't say I ever tried white beans, guys.
earthy, and then right on top is this punchy oil and these crisp, briny capers. Now, of course, fried capers aren't the only thing you can make in your microwave. Here at Cook's Illustrated, we make a lot of garnishes in the microwave. For fried shallots, you'll want to thinly slice about 3 shallots, add them to your oil, make sure you use a large bowl, and just microwave that at full power for about 5 minutes. You're going to get in there and stir occasionally to help them brown evenly, and when they come out, you'll transfer them to a towel-lined plate, season them up while they're hot. They're delicious. For frico, you're going to want to
Good though.
use a hard cheese and grate it.
I thought garnishes were gonna be the rest of the recipe, guys. I looked away for a second, preparing a whole nother dish.
Spread 1 tablespoon of cheese onto your plate into a little disc. Pop that sucker in the microwave and let it go until they're light golden brown. After they come out, you're going to want to
Guys, after I found that out, I'm like, I'm never buying those processed, what is it called, keto cheese chips again. You could just throw cheese on a plate and microwave it, guys. Save a bunch of money, guys.
transfer them to a cooling rack where they will crisp up as they cool. Frico are great crumbled over a soup or salad, or just eat them out of hand. One of my favorite compound butters starts in the microwave. A quarter of a stick of butter is melted, and then to that you stir in orange zest, honey, almond extract, and salt, along with the rest of that stick of butter. Give that a quick stir, and then
I just like how the butter's sliced into mini cubes, yo. That's so awesome.
let it rest for 2 minutes. At that point, your butter should be softened enough that you can whisk everything together. This orange almond compound butter, it's great on toasted English muffins,
Oh,
waffles,
what?
or pancakes. We even have a recipe for caramel sauce in the microwave.
What?
Great for ice cream. You're gonna need granulated sugar, water, corn syrup, and lemon juice. Microwave that mixture until it's pale golden brown. Let it hang on the counter until it's amber colored. Then just whisk in heavy cream a little bit at a time because it's gonna bubble vigorously. Once all that cream is in, add a tablespoon of butter and you're done. If you feel like you need to jumpstart your cooking and save some time, or you just want to whip up some toppings to punch up a meal, a microwave might be your best bet.
Guys, I totally expected something different from watching this video. But I did not leave this video unsatisfied, bro. This is a good one, guys. I mean, what else? Everybody's microwave's got that elusive 50% power interchange kind of function, but not many use it, I think. If it tells me to cook at 50% power, you know what I'm doing? I'm microwaving at 100% power for twice as long. I know it heats it unevenly, but it's gonna heat some points so hot that it's just gonna like spread the heat to the spots that are gonna be unheated properly. I don't know, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my America's Test Kitchen in the description, and we'll see you guys next one. Peace out.